It's done. And I'm so glad it's done. I've been staring at this case for the better part of a week. And yeah, I put together this little compact club and bar system where I can plug into the PA and go. Sound quality is fantastic. I'm using this Pioneer DJM 250 Mark II mixer. I got it used at Guitar Center Houston for $229. It's got the same inputs and sound card and outputs as a Nexus. So it's quality. Everything's pre-wired in here. So I don't have to plug anything in. I mean, there's a wire coming out to plug into the laptop. The MIDI USB's coming out to plug into the laptop. There's a main power coming out of this that I can plug into the wall. That's going to power the mixer and the laptop. And of course your leads. The microphone is actually pre-wired too. I have this lead here and I can leave it in the case. I don't have to unplug the mic all the time or the mic cable. The mic cable can stay plugged into the mixer. It should collapse really nice. This laptop stand completely adjustable up and down. I've got it kind of low right now. It can go lower than this. It can go higher than this. Some people in the comment section said, "You're hiding behind the laptop." Look at me. Look at me. I'm a head taller than this whole system. I can totally see over it. And it's only 18 and a half inches wide. If I can hide behind a podium that's 18 inches wide, I'm a ninja. We've got the headphones here that work great. I'm hanging the headphones on some rack hardware over here that's in the case already, works fine. On the DJM 250 Mark II, there is no microphone on off button like you'd see on like a 750 Mark II or an 850 or whatever. Most of the controllers have them. This doesn't. So every time you want to use the microphone, you have to turn the mic up to talk and then turn it down to turn it off. That's a pain in the butt, especially when you're talking about feedback. Hitting that level just right. So I wanted to put a switched microphone on the system. So I went out today and I bought this. Here's the box. It's a Shure PGA 58. They didn't have any SM58 switched, but they had this. It was like $65, and it doesn't sound half bad. Here, I'll turn it on. I'll hit the switch and talk on it. Now, talking on it like this, I'm hitting like plus 6 dB. I can turn this down a little bit, but it's a good mic. It picks up nice. I'm not getting feedback, and the speaker's right here. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. We're going to go with it. So, yeah, to turn it off, we simply just use the switch on the microphone itself, and it's off. Done. That's pretty cool. So I haven't packed it up yet, but everything should collapse into the case. I have to remove the laptop stand from the little flange I built for it and collapse it, but it should set in here. Everything should pack up. It should be nice and lightweight. But yeah, I'm real happy with it, and I'm happy with this mixer. It's technically used, but it didn't even have a fingerprint on it. This is a lot clearer than my 850. By the way, exact same footprint as the 850, just without the effects. I'm really looking forward to getting this rig out on Friday. I've got all these dates booked through April. I'm going to be at this club for a while. Last time I was there back in the 90s, I was there for 5 years. Let's see how long I end up being there this time. And there might be other club work that pops up, and if there is, and there's a restricted space to set up, no problem. I got you. This is all in one. I don't have to even have a table. I brought my own little X stand. Takes up very little space. 18.5 by 17. That's tiny. 36-inch height. Perfect for me. Perfect. And it might be a little early to talk about this, but I got a call from my agent today, and there are negotiations for me to play Summerfest this year. Now, if you don't know what Summerfest is, it's the world's largest music festival. Happens here in Milwaukee every year. I've played Summerfest before. On not a main stage, on a side stage. And I liked it, but I haven't been back. That was 12 years ago. In fact, that was, I think, about a month after I got home from the hospital from my stroke. That was the first time I went out and DJed in front of anybody. Was at Summerfest, the world's largest music festival, after my stroke. No pressure. I had my old friend Jody bring me in for the first day because I couldn't even drive yet. Help me set up. I couldn't do anything. And then my friend Chris Ott from Chicago came in and did it for me one day because I couldn't drive. They had to come in and drive me to the gig and come in with me and assist me. Not anymore. I can carry my own stuff. I can do all that stuff by myself now. I do it differently than a lot of people do things, but I can still do things. Which kind of brings me to the next point. A lot of people are trying to figure out why I built this rig the way I built it. You know, why didn't you use the Denon Prime 4? Why didn't you use the Denon Prime Go? Why didn't you use the Pioneer, the DDJ SB3? Why didn't you use the Akai? Why didn't you use whatever? Why did you go this route? Why aren't you using a controller? Would it be easier to use a controller? I'll make a long story short. When I had that stroke, one of the things that I did in the hospital, because I lost my right hand and I never really got it back, I had to learn how to use a mouse with my left hand. And one of the ways that I learned how to use the mouse with my left hand was with DJ programs. I was mixing, internally. No controller, no anything, just a mouse. I was mixing music. I was making CDs for the nurses. They dug them. They were requesting songs. Hey, can you mix this song and this song and this song? Sure, no problem. I was making them workout CDs. I got pretty good at it. And that became kind of my live performance thing. Something I can do, When I'm doing my mobile stuff, I've got a DJM 450 in a battle mixer case, and it weighs nothing. So it's very easy for me to carry. And then next to that, I set the mouse down, on top of the lid of the case. So altogether, it's 24 inches long. You've got the 12-inch mixer case and the 12-inch lid. And I actually have a mic stand adapter on there. It's like that one, the gooseneck. I've got that adapter in the lid too. It's just how I do things. Can I use turntables? Yes. I did a video just shortly after my stroke, hooking up 3 decks with one hand. I've been mixing longer than most of you have been alive. Can I use a controller? Yes. So, well, no, Brian's not a controller DJ. No, Brian can use a controller. Not a problem. But when I was relearning everything in the hospital, I had to figure out how I was going to be the guy who stayed relevant and not the guy who went on disability and faded away. And one of the ways to do that was to rethink the whole concept of DJing. What is a controller anyway? It's training wheels for anybody who came off of CDJs, because it's wheels, right? What did the wheels have to do with anything? Nothing. We have digital files now. Or anybody who came off of turntables like we did in the old days. These are training wheels. This is kind of familiar stuff. And that's cool, but is it necessary? Absolutely not. So I try to keep things lightweight, compact, easy for me to understand, because I do have brain damage. This isn't just physical, it's mental. I had to relearn a lot of stuff, and that's something I relearned, and so that's how I do live performances. If I had to use a controller, I could do it. Yeah, no problem. Or turntables. Without any computer at all. Send me out with my records and I can do it. You're going to have to carry it for me, but I can do it. This is just easier. It's so much easier for me, and I totally understand it. This isn't anything I'm suggesting anybody builds for themselves. The whole process of me showing you this build wasn't to say you should build it like this and you should do it like this. It was only to show you what could be done. Maybe some of the things that I did along the way, like the laptop stand and even some of the pre-wiring and whatever. Maybe it's things you can apply to what you're doing your way with equipment that you like and serves you well. And there was a little bit of an undertone, and I tried not to underline it too much, of, this is what I have to do to work around not only my limitations at the event, but my limitations physically. But anyway, I don't want to keep repeating myself on that stuff, and I hate to wrap the video with this, but that's why I built that. So it's a little different than what you may have built. I totally understand that. I'm not telling you, you should build this. It's just what I built for me. Anyway, I'm not going to do any videos tomorrow. I'm going to chill, and I will shoot video on St. Patrick's Day at the club, and we'll do videos after that. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you so much. We'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.